working, right? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Crypto Hour. Oh my God, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be fun. I'm gonna have a. I guess you see right. I'm gonna move the mouse, and you're gonna see right here. This box right here. I guess it's just gonna be empty mic, empty camera box. Do you see Elegato on the screen there, or you don't see that? Or it's just a black box right there. What do you guys see right there? I'm just curious. It's like an empty black box, or does it say Elegato? I don't know, whatever. All right, so how we all doing, everybody? Welcome to, is this Monday? What is this? What day is today? I think it's Monday, right? Happy Monday live stream. We're doing some crypto streaming, everybody. How we all doing? Crazy timing. I'm about to invest 3,000 to eat. Oh my, okay. I still don't have the. I gotta make the comment thing work so you guys. I can showcase comments. I want to do that. I don't have my camera plugged in, so I'm not even gonna be. It says Elegato. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I might as well just get rid of it, right? You know what? Should I just do this? Not the chat window. Put window capture in front of it. I might as well just do that. See, all right. I might as well just do that so you guys see a full screen. Doesn't really matter. All right. Let's get started. This is exciting. We're gonna be talking about crypto. This is the HEX channel, everybody. I mean, shouldn't we talk about my two passions for once? Maybe talk about a little bit of the cryptos for once. I think we shall. All right, so this is going to be just a Q&A. We're probably going to do this for like an hour or so. Ask any questions in the chat, and I will try and answer the best of my knowledge. I see we have the two beautiful people that are that are involved only in the crypto Telegram group that I have. Look like we have DeFi Bay, and of course, where is he? Rippin' Sports Cards. Yes, the two people. I'm sorry, because DeFi Bay represents actually 50% now. Usually it's 6% on the channel with the ladies, but in the crypto world it's 50%. Because it's only those two that are active in that room, really, which is really funny. So yeah, if you guys want to join the hello cell pressure, he says Ripper, that's hilarious. If you guys want to join the Telegram room, you have to join my Discord and then go to the crypto channel in the Discord, and then there's a pinned comment for Telegram or whatever like that. All right, let's get down to the questions. Let's just get right into it. Who cares? All right, I'm gonna answer because Kai asked a loaded question, an absolutely loaded question to start out with. It seems easy, but that's a stupidly loaded question. He says, pretend I just landed from Mars and heard about this thing called crypto. What's the baby step way to not get wrecked? I mean, I guess just buy like your safe stuff, so to speak. And by the way, this whole stream, I have to say, is not financial advice. Look at the description down below of this live stream. I am not a financial advisor. I am just some pleb on the internet. Okay, that's right. Don't listen to anything I say. Now, having said that, let's talk a little. This is funny. This is so funny. It'd probably be best if I had like a webcam, you could see me and stuff like that. But screw it. Who cares? All right, I don't know how to answer your question, Kai. That's kind of like too simplistic. I need like you gotta get the fine questions. Like what's his name? Brian. Yeah, Brian asked a pretty good question. Like, what source do you use for live trading charts? So this is actually one of the websites I use. It's called dexscreener.com. Okay, and you can actually sort by chain. There's different blockchains out there like Solana, Ethereum, Base, BSC is Binance Smart Chain, PulseChain, my favorite. And there's all the different types of chains. You can actually look at all the coins and tokens on those networks. So this is actually what I mainly use, but I also love using TradingView as well. I can't show TradingView without, I think, doxing myself. So I don't want to actually bring up my TradingView. But TradingView is actually one of the things I use probably the most. But if I want to get all these nitty-gritty tokens and all these other cryptos that aren't really as easy to pull up on TradingView, dexscreener.com is I think probably your best bet, because this whole screen right here is kind of trading view-esque. So I'm actually going to do a live thing right here of how I set up my charts, stuff like that, to look at charts, look at pricing, stuff like that, because this is totally new, not set up whatsoever. So I'm going to do that right here really quick. So immediately, what you can do is, this just shows you the transactions and stuff. I usually always just minimize this. I'm not really too concerned about it. So here's looking at the HEX actual token chart on PulseChain. So what I would do probably right away is right-click it, switch to logarithmic. That is the best way to actually view crypto charts, because this stuff goes up so ridiculously. It's so volatile, up and down. You want to actually use this, the logarithmic scale instead of the regular scale, because things will blow out of proportion. You can't actually view the chart nice and neatly or whatever. In terms of, let's go with indicators, I go with a bunch of moving averages. I love to actually see. So let's just click this moving average. I want to get like the 20, right? The 50, 100, 200, right? What else? Am I missing anything else? I can't think. I like EMAs too. It says the exponential moving average exponential. I like the 21 EMA, the 50 EMA. I don't think I used the 100 EMA, right? Do I? Let me look at my trading view on my other screen here. Let me see really quick. Yeah, I'm doing this like live here, like legit live. Trading view. What are my EMAs? 50. I didn't enter them in yet, but 21, 200. I don't do the 100 EMA. The 55 EMA is the one I want to write. 21. How many? 1, 2, 3. There's 4 EMAs that I like to have. Okay. And let's color code them. I actually go into the. Let me pull up chat back up really quick. And I know I'm ignoring chat kind of a little bit, but I'm figuring that no one's really actually asking too many questions right now. Anyway, hold on. So this is how I actually organize my charts. I go under now MAs. This will be, I'll make this yellow. And the input for this will be, this is what, I'm doing this on the fly here. Like the pressure's on here. What is this one again? Oh, God. Okay, so I like, no, it's not yellow. I make that one. Oh, my God. Riveting content as per usual. No, this is going to be the 50. The 50, and I want to make that green. That's how I like to do it. And I try and make it like bold to make the EMA stand out, to make the simple moving averages stand out. This is going to be 100. Let's make that orange, bold, 100. So anyone that's pretty advanced right now, like I think Rippin and definitely D5A, both you guys are definitely way more advanced than this right now. So this is going to be absolutely boring as hell for you guys. I gotta do the 20, but we'll get there to more advanced stuff eventually. In due time. Now I need the 200, and I like to make that one white. Definitely super fresh is saying something. From that comment. I like to do the 300 too, but forget it. Let's go on to the EMAs now. And I'll explain like why these are important. Because price generally likes to respect these moving averages. And you'll see it all the time. Price respects these guys. I need so it's the 21, I need the 55. Those are important. That's like a dark green I use for that. 55. And let's do, so I got the 21, 55, the 200 is very important. 200 EMA also. And I believe I used, what, purple for that, right? Yeah. Purple. Okay. And that's enough now. And let's do the last one, the 377. I use that one too. That one comes into play often as well. Okay. See, look, this is now. Let's go back to my chat. Let's have chat up. Okay. It looks like the chart my doctor shows me is my health declines. What the? Is this a lecture to make me rich in the future? No comment. All right. So here's the chart. This is like how I usually like it. You can see how price actually, even just looking at it right now, you can see how it respects these moving averages, so to speak. So big moving averages that are really a big deal. The 50, this green one, and the white are really a big deal and respect prices often. You can see the HEX actually came up to the 200 moving averages, respected it a little bit, and closed. These are actually I gotta explain what candles are too. I mean, how noob are we gonna get here? I don't know. I don't know how noob we need to get. How noob we're gonna get. I don't really know. I don't know how noob-ish we should get on this stream here. But whatever. You can even see price now is coming down and respecting the 377 EMA. This is on the daily chart, by the way. You see the little D up here? It says daily. I usually only... So, make it as noob as possible. Okay. This is just setting up charts and looking at charts kind of stuff. And I use these same settings. I should actually save this, right? Can I save? How do I do this? I forgot how to do this live. Save indicator template. So this is just MAs. Because I'll use this for... So these MAs, these moving averages, are what most people use for to actually look at charts and stuff like that. So it's very important, and I use like these moving averages for everything, pretty much. Bitcoin, Ethereum, even stocks. I mean, literally everything. Everything that trades with prices, I use these for everything. And people use these for everything. So it's very relevant, not just to crypto, but to everything. Literally everything. So, and they come into play very often. You can see a lot of people when they switch to the weekly, they'll look at these two moving averages. Let me hide some of this stuff. No, I need that one. It's like to see if like you're in a bull market, so to speak. A lot of people look at the weekly and the 21 EMA, which is the yellow, and the red MA, which is a simple moving average, and they actually look at those to see if we're in like a bull market, so to speak. Because usually when price respects these MAs and goes to them, bounces off of them, so to speak, that's how you know that you're kind of in a bull trend or a bull market. You can see when HEX went, what is this, back in October, it came down, retested this this is like what, a month's time, came down, respected this 21 EMA average. It did not close below it and bounced off of it pretty strong, and it continued the trend. And then when you got back down to here, look, it even tried closing above it, but then eventually we started closing candles below it, below these EMAs, these MAs, and then it flipped from support to resistance. You can see these kept trying to break through. Price just kept trying to break through and couldn't. And then eventually it gave out. And then this took looks like 3 months for price to try, and you can even say it took 63 days for price to try and break out, couldn't, and eventually the bears won and price just went lower and capitulated. And now, see, it came up, tested it again, respected it again. That's why these moving averages, this is like the most simple of the simple stuff. Simple of the simple stuff. And price respected it again, bounced, rejected, and now it finally came above it. So at some point in time in the future, these two moving averages will come into play and will be tested in maybe some distance. You can draw these lines out. You know, where's like a brush tool or something, I don't know. Like draw these lines out or whatever, and then maybe price will eventually come and back test it at some point into the future, and then maybe hold for support, and then you keep going. You know what I mean? How do you clear these out? Remove drawings and everything like that. Okay. So that's like the very simple of the simple stuff that you need to do. All right, so is that your own coin? No. This is the HEX crypto coin. This is not my coin. I have not created any kind of coins or tokens whatsoever. This is Richard Hart actually created this token coin. So I think Brian wanted to also explain about different blockchain networks, whatever like that. What was his question? It was a good question from before. Okay, that was a good question. What source to use for live trading? I answered that one for Brian. And he had a good one from about blockchains or whatever. I don't think I see it now. Yeah, I'm gonna be all over the place with chat or whatever. Let's keep looking. Explain the basic starter stuff, like people would need to start like wallets, stuff like that, I guess. What does FDV mean? I'm running a blank on what that stands for. I'm running a blank on what that stands for. Okay, difference between chains like Ethereum and PulseChain. Okay, so there's a lot of different blockchains out there. Okay, blockchains mean like it's its own network that people have to actually run either validators or mining equipment to maintain the network. That's what a fully diluted value. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, I can answer that in a second. So there's different networks or different blockchains, so to speak. Like there's Bitcoin, there's Ethereum. You can see these are all different blockchains too. Solana, Ethereum, Base, Binance Smart Chain. Now what's funny is that these are actually all EVM based, except Solana. Solana's not. Ethereum, Base, Binance Smart Chain, PulseChain, Polygon, Avalanche is different. Arbitrum. These are all actually Ethereum virtual machine or EVM based chains. So they're basically copies of Ethereum. They're like different versions of Ethereum, except Solana is its own thing. So Ethereum is obviously it came first, whatever like that. Well, technically Ethereum Classic came first, and then there was like a big financial, it was like a hack or something like that. So then they forked, they split the chain because to get rid of the, what was it, the hacked funds, something like that? I forgot, or there was locked funds. I don't remember. I forgot what it was. But that's your main chain, Ethereum, right? And now people created forks of Ethereum, which means like copies, basically. So like Base is like a fork of Ethereum. It kind of runs similar to Ethereum. Binance Smart Chain, fork of Ethereum, but just it runs. They set it up differently though, so it has like different amount of validators, whatever. I don't want to get too complicated. I just want to try and do like a nice, easy kind of explanation. But the main thing is that those chains are actually very compatible with Ethereum, and like you can actually bridge your funds or tokens and like and transfer value between them easily because they're basically the same underlying stuff. They're basically the same underlying how they operate. You can use bridges to then like switch tokens between them and stuff like that. You can't see my hands. That's like kind of funny. I'm trying to explain this stuff. So that's like a difference between like your different chains, whatever like that. So, but Bitcoin has its own chain, has its own thing. That's why BTC is called a coin, and Ethereum is obviously its own chain. And ETH is the coin to the chain, and then you can have ERC20 tokens. So that's like your things like HEX or like let's just go on here. There's thousands upon thousands of different tokens that run run on Ethereum. Thousands upon thousands. And then there's these up top are exchanges or dexes that run on Ethereum as well too. Like Uniswap is your most popular decentralized exchange where you could swap between tokens and stuff like that. And Uniswap has its own token, ERC20 token called Uni. There's Curve, that's another kind of DEX, whatever like that. Pancake Swap. All these are all different kinds of like DEXs. Balancer and Curve are kind of like they do more. They're more intricate than just swapping. They do other kind of stuff. I don't want to get too complicated right now. So that's like your difference between like coins and tokens. So things that run on these networks, Ethereum or PulseChain, so to speak, they have their own tokens, and those tokens run on that network. That's kind of like so that's your difference between like the difference between Ethereum and PulseChain. Ethereum obviously came first. PulseChain was a fork of Ethereum. So like the fork date, like on May, I forgot, what was it? May 2023 or 20? I forgot already how long ago. 2023, whatever like that. There was a fork. There was a block height number, and they took that number and they split the chain into two different chains. So imagine like you're on a road, and then all of a sudden the road splits into two. So that's exactly what happened. The road split into Ethereum and PulseChain on a certain date. That's like the easiest. It's called a fork when you do that. It's like the easiest way to try and explain it. So PulseChain is very similar to Ethereum and how it runs and operates. PulseChain is actually just cheaper. The transactions on it are a lot cheaper to run, like all the gas transactions or estimates or whatever like that, than Ethereum. That's only because so many more people use Ethereum, and people have to bid. There's only so much space in like blocks or whatever. So people have to actually bid to get their transactions through. So it's a bidding system. Think of it like eBay, like how you bid on an item when the timer runs out, and that price just keeps going up if there's more people that want to bid, right? So think about that when you're putting through a transaction. When there's a lot of network activity, you can go to something like Etherscan here. It'll show you. This is like so bright now. Oh god, that's way better. You destroy your eyes. Let's go with like that's like the gas limits or the GUI, so to speak. So right now there's not a lot of traffic, not a lot of things going on. It's kind of like dead right now. So to actually put a transaction through is only about 3 cents. But, you know, in the height of the bull run, the height of the bull market, like in 2021, it used to cost like $50, $100, $200 just to put any kind of transaction through whatsoever. Like to send coins to another wallet, stuff like that. It used to cost like a whole butt ton. But now we're kind of like, this is just before the bull run, so to speak. Or just before the major hype is about to happen, I believe, in a few months or so. Maybe even weeks now. I mean, it already started to pop off a little bit, like the gas estimates. It's already starting to pop. Like things are starting to move. This sounds all made up, with made up rules, like when you're a kid with games and stuff. Yeah, I mean, it seems like I mean, once you're in the thick of it, then you start to understand everything. But you really got to go down a rabbit hole, man. This is like a whole rabbit hole. Kai had a good question. Okay. Match, yes. Would I be uploading this to my YouTube channel? Yes, it'll be a live stream on my YouTube. It'll just stay there, so people can watch it back or whatever like that. All right, Kai says, what's the easiest platform to buy my first crypto? Coinbase is still a good option for beginners, or do you recommend something else? How do you actually store crypto safely? Do I need a special wallet? Yes. So it depends what crypto you're basically in, or what you use, so to speak. Coinbase probably is your best. So there's two types of, well, let's put it this way. The first step, pretty much, is to do a centralized exchange like Coinbase. You have to transfer your fiat dollars, like your euros, your USD, pound, whatever you're using, right? You gotta convert that into crypto somehow. So the only way to do that is to use a centralized exchange or a third party like Coinbase. So you're gonna sign up for Coinbase, do the whole KYC, know your customer stuff. You got to give them all the information, passport, driver's license, all that other nonsense. They're a heavily regulated company that are, I think, would be like the most, I guess, trustworthy that I would probably use for SEX, or centralized exchange, so to speak. It's called the SEX, CEX is the short way to do it. So you would sign up with Coinbase. Then you can deposit funds from your bank account right onto there. Now, what I would do, though, is to actually You would never actually, I would never recommend people hold your crypto on a centralized exchange ever. That's not the proper way to do crypto. You want to take your funds off of that centralized exchange, because if you know the history of crypto, there's been a whole butt ton of hacks to these centralized exchanges. Basically, a nice honeypot for hackers to target. So things like FTX. Well, FTX was kind of like a Ponzi, whatever, that blew up in the bear market. Let's go with Mt. Gox. Mt. Gox was a hack that never recovered. That's all way back in the day, like 10 plus years ago. And people are still trying to get their funds back. I'll sex you, says you. People are still trying to get their funds back from Mt. Gox. But people don't learn. So they keep putting their funds on the centralized exchange, or they just run off with your money. Like, I can't think of some of the... There's so many examples, okay? So many examples why to not trust centralized exchanges. So even Coinbase, I would highly recommend them, but I would still never trust them, so to speak, with my coins ever. I would always take custody of my own coins. Now, to do that, I would actually... So what I do is I convert my fiat on Coinbase. Use something like a hard wallet. Yep, like a Trezor or a Ledger. Yes, but you need an actual wallet on your computer to interface things with. So like MetaMask, Rabby. Yes, not your keys, not your coins, exactly. But you need still a wallet to use DeFi or decentralized finance to interact with stuff, or to hold your stuff. Another good wallet actually is if you want to buy things like Bitcoin or what's that wallet called? It's actually a great wallet for. I'd recommend also never do any of this stuff on smartphones, mobile, ever. I would buy a dedicated computer, like either a laptop or a desktop, and do all your crypto on that computer and do nothing else. Just your crypto. Have a dedicated crypto computer and only do crypto on that computer and nothing else. That's one of the things I would highly recommend. Also get a hardware wallet like a Trezor or a Ledger, and only purchase it through their website. But yes, definitely have your own computer and stuff like that. And one of the wallets, I think that you can, if you want to do something like Bitcoin, you can even buy. I would probably. Well, if you want to do Bitcoin, you have to probably buy it through Coinbase and then transfer it over to the wallet. But always never keep your coins on exchanges ever. And the wallet, I'm trying to think of the BTC wallet. There's so many different ones you can use. Yeah, Electrum is a Bitcoin wallet, but there's a better one where you can use all different types of stuff through it as well. And it's all compatible with like your hardware wallets and stuff like that too. But it keeps it nice and organized too. I can't. Windows wallets. I can't see it because you can do all different types of networks and stuff like that on it as well. Yeah, Trezor hardware wallet straight from the manufacturer, not Amazon or anything. Yes, correct, straight from the manufacturer. MetaMask is quite expensive with gas, I think. No, so it's not MetaMask is expensive unless you do like swaps through MetaMask. Then yes, they charge a fee. But MetaMask himself is not like expensive. You're using networks, so to speak. MetaMask is just a wallet for you like to interface with. So like your coins or your tokens don't actually live in your wallet. They live on the blockchain. You have like a key. You have like a private key and a public key. You have your private key just accesses the blockchain, and like a wallet like MetaMask is something that uses your private keys to access your coins that live on the chain, so to speak. Yeah, again, this is the whole big, gigantic rabbit hole that once you go down, you kind of never look back. All right, so this is good stuff. let's get back to other stuff. So like, yeah, so you would get your funds like on Coinbase. So a YouTuber that I would definitely recommend if you want like step-by-step tutorials, Crypto Coffee is fantastic. I don't want. Hold on, let's I don't want to accidentally do something bad here. Hold on. So Crypto Coffee. There we go. Yeah, so this guy is fantastic. If you want to do things like tutorials, whatever like that, he's got a whole bunch of stuff on how to actually set up your wallet for the first time, use a centralized exchange like Coinbase. I would use him for your tutorials. I would definitely recommend him. So here's his stuff. Here's his @ CryptoCoffee369. Use him for tutorials, stuff like that. Setting up a SEX, centralized exchange, setting up your MetaMask or Rabby wallet, stuff like that. Setting up your seed phrase, keeping it safe, your hardware wallet, all that stuff would be. I would do his tutorials on how to learn it. What's all that stuff on the right side of the first chart you're on? Okay, so all the stuff over here you're talking about. So this just mentions. So this is like the HEX token. So it's not. It's technically not the HEX coin, technically, but you can call it that, I guess. Like if like a crypto. So it's technically a HEX token. Yeah, because I used to, you think that when you first start, there's, people are just being picky about coin and token, but there actually is a difference technically. All right, so all this stuff just lists out the information of the crypto asset or whatever like that. So this is actually HEX, and it's paired in liquidity pools with Pulse. So this is the HEX Pulse liquidity pair. Okay, to trade on. This is actually looking at the PulseChain DEX or decentralized exchange PulseX. Liquidity being 712. What does that mean? Where are you seeing 712? Here? Not seeing that. Yes, this is fully. So when they say stuff like fully diluted valuation, yeah, it's like here. Total supply minus burn supply times the price. So what it's saying is that the total circulating supply, basically, the total possible supply times the price is like your market cap. That's what it's trying to tell you. Or like it's total supply minus the burned, whatever, times price, something like that. But market cap is your total. Yes. This is wonky. I know it's going to be wonky because HEX, they can never read HEX properly. So the FDV, fully diluted value, is less than the market cap, even though it's supposed to be more. But they can't read HEX properly because it's different mechanics to HEX. Like with burn tokens and stuff like that, there's different mechanics to it. So this is not accurate or right because the market cap is the FDV with HEX. That's because every coin you see or token you see is what it is. It can't be created anymore in existence, so to speak. What it reads. Because when you stake, it's a whole different mechanic. Like when you stake, it locks. I don't want to get into. I can get into HEX and stuff like that, but we're trying to keep it as simple as possible right now. Because HEX on its own took me. So like I've been in crypto since 2017, and when HEX first launched in 2020, it took me a good. We were talking, and HEX was like, it took like a year to come out, a year and a half to come out in development, and we were talking about the mechanics of it for the whole time. And even after it came out, it took me a good 5 months to fully grasp everything there is to how HEX works. HEX, the token. So it's a very complicated token when you dive into it, kind of. When you do a full deep dive, it's very complicated. What else do we got? How many people do we even have here? We have 19? All right, I'm surprised we even have 19. Gotta be honest. All right, let's go. Let's ask questions. I don't know what else to talk about, stuff like that. Because we can go full noob hour. What is a GT score? I don't know what that is. Some of the stuff that, like, I don't even pay attention to. Like, what's GT mean? I don't even know what that. Where are you even seeing that? Is this stuff like on Deck Screener? A Deck Screener thing? It's probably something you don't have to pay attention to be honest. What are potential catalysts that could drive the bull run in the short term? That's a good question, UNDX. Okay, so if you want to get into the nitty gritty of that stuff, so we got a lot of stuff on the horizon right now with Ethereum. Ethereum is starting to gain traction finally. You can even look at the ETH chart if I even have it. I do. Well, this is based off of Pulse or whatever, but it's fine. See, logarithmic. Give me my moving averages daily. Give me my moving averages. There we go. All right. This doesn't give you the full price history like I really would prefer. It only dates it back to when PulseChain launched. Because this is a pair within PulseChain on the PulseChain blockchain. See, PulseChain only existed since like May 2023, if you see that right here. But technically, Ethereum has been around since 2015, 2014. Was it? I don't think it's 2013. I don't think. I don't forgot when the exact date. Whatever. So the whole price history obviously is not here. It's only since May 2023. But we have a lot of positivity. This is why I kind of wanted to start maybe talking about crypto on the channel, because things are starting to turn. They're starting to turn. It all starts with Ethereum. The public doesn't really care so much when Bitcoin moves, because everybody gets all hyped about altcoins. So when altcoins start to pump, so Ethereum starts to pump, then it transitions into altcoins starting to move. Then people start paying attention because their altcoins are going up 10x, 100x, 1000x, which is possible even in crypto. Which HEX did a 10,000x, 10,000x returns. So every dollar you put into HEX at the lows, you got back at the top $10,000 for every dollar you put in. And that's not including staking it and earning more yield on staking and stuff like that. But in all honesty, that not a lot of people caught that move from a 10,000x return in HEX, but a lot of people caught 1,000x. A lot of people, or even 100x plus. A lot of people captured those moves. So 10,000x really wasn't not a lot of people captured that, but a lot. I'm talking about thousands of people captured 100x plus in HEX. Tens of thousands of people probably captured 100x move, whatever like that. So what's the catalyst? So you see right now, nobody cared when Bitcoin was making all-time highs. Really, do I have the Bitcoin? I kind of had the Bitcoin chart, right? So switch to logarithmic, get a better detail of everything. And again, this is only since PulseChain's been alive. I gotta get TradingView on here because it's really so much better. Get the full, the whole chart history and everything like that. But yeah, so like this whole kind of move, retail started to get interested around when it was breaking what previous all-time highs. People started getting interested, and then it's just been a sideways slog the whole time. It's doing a lot of different stuff this cycle, because usually it's like a 4-year cycle kind of thing. That's why you love HEX. Yes, that's why I love HEX so much. Yes, and I love Richard Hart, so that's another thing. Let's go back though to Ethereum. Whatever. So Ethereum's starting to move right now. There's a lot of things like upcoming. Ethereum has not made a new all-time high yet. We don't have the previous peak here. The previous peak was 2021. I can actually, no, I think I saved it. Didn't I save it maybe? This is Wrap Bitcoin. That's 2021. I should be able to get, let's get ETH. Just ETH. Get better price history, right? This is probably gonna it's V4. Oh my god. Give me V3. Oh god. Why? Why can't I just search and try and pull up? That's gonna be on Binance Smart Chain. It'll probably give me more history. This is weird. These wicks shouldn't really exist like this. Oh my god. Whatever. The previous all-time high. This chart looks terrible. This bothers me now. This bothers me. Oh my god. There's no area to like quickly click. Just ETH. Right? ETH. USDC. I can't do V4. There'd be no price history. I need V3. And I can't sort by like V3 for you guys have no idea what I'm talking about, which is funny. Oh my god. There's no way to do this. This is so stupid. Whatever. Previous all-time high for Ethereum, I think, is $4,800. Okay? So $4,800. So right now, Ethereum, this cycle, since it started, hasn't even made all-time highs yet. You know, let's just go on like CoinMarketCap or some nonsense. A site that I can't stand because they gatekeep the hell out of honest like projects or like HEX ecosystem. But at least you'll give me the price data that I want. Trading view. There we go. This is on. Let's go to the weekly. Okay, so now you guys can see. See, look. See, if you have it on this scale, here's a good example now of logarithmic versus linear. Reject. Fuck you. Right click. See, it's on regular. Now, see how it's all like you can't really tell what's going on here. Now, if you go logarithmic, now you get a nice flow of everything. You could actually look at the price history. It's not flat. That's why you use logarithmic. You use log. You don't use regular. You have to use log in order to chart crypto. All right, so if you go back, ever since November, what is this? Go away. Ever since November, whatever, 2021, Ethereum has not made a new all-time high. It's been a long time. A long time. So now Ethereum is getting on a nice run now, and it's starting to approach its all-time high. So especially when it breaks all-time high, then forget it. The public is definitely going to be made aware, and then everything is actually liquidity bonded. It's bonded to Ethereum. I'm not going to go in detail of like Hart's law and liquidity bonding and stuff like that. Let's just say the tokens are priced in ETH. So when ETH goes up, all the other tokens just go up with it automatically. It's not like some people are buying it, like buying HEX or buying all these other tokens that exist on Ethereum. If it's priced in ETH, it goes up just because it's priced in ETH. So that's why when stuff starts moving, everything moves with it. So yes, but we have some major things going on, like these ETH ETFs that are coming out. Right now, you can't stake your ETH and earn more yield. Earn more ETH. But so with Bitcoin, you buy Bitcoin, you can't earn like a dividend, right? You can't earn more. But with you can never earn really more with Bitcoin without doing some sort of loan process, some shady. You have to borrow it, use leverage. You got to use some shady stuff. That's basically like what FTX and all that stuff were doing. They were trying to leverage their stuff, and then they went under. Whatever. I'm not going to get into that. But with ETH, you can actually stake ETH and earn more ETH. That's part of like the Ethereum protocol, part of the blockchain. You could stake your ETH, earn more of it. And the average yield is about 4 to 5%. But so now all these institutions that have their Ethereum ETFs, people are putting their 401ks into ETH right now. They're putting whatever, their pension funds, whatever, into ETH. They're buying ETH. BlackRock's buying ETH. You can't actually earn more ETH, but that's gonna change now. They've actually applied now. Now that we're not under Gary Gensler's thumb now, that the SEC is more lenient with things, you can actually now stake your ETH and earn more. And they're switching these ETFs to actually be able to stake the ETH. So now you'll be able to earn more ETH. So like you can just buy, let's say, Ethereum with your 401k or stuff like that through BlackRock or whatever, and you can earn like a 3 to 4%, APY. You can earn more ETH just sitting on it. So that's huge. That's gigantic. Because with any crypto right now, with like institutions, you can't do that. You can't do that with Bitcoin. Or I'm pretty sure you can even buy. I think they have Doge ETFs too, right? Don't they have all this other nonsense? I don't know. But right now, that'll be like one of the first ones where you can actually institutionally stake your ETH and earn more, and that's going through soon. That's gigantic. BlackRock, isn't that the Illuminati? Okay, I'm not gonna go down that. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But sure. I appreciate you doing this, Hex. I think I'm going to need to check out Crypto Coffee a bit more, the basics. Yes, you had me for the first half there, but I'm completely lost now. Yes, because you have to kind of have a understanding of the basics. I don't want to go too much into the basics right now, because I talked about it a little bit, but then you have to go under like, I think it's just better to watch a tutorial video of basics, like on how to set up a wallet and how to use MetaMask, how to use Rabby, how to use those things. It's better just to watch a tutorial through like Crypto Coffee and stuff like that than me to go here and explain the absolute basics. DeFi Bay says maybe it would be better to show or go through how to buy starting with a HEX. Yeah, I'll leave that to Crypto Coffee's tutorials, because he has all these videos, hours upon hours of videos, just tutorials, of him doing it. I want in on HEX and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, things are actually looking at things like HEX. I mean, we have, Richard Hart talking about now, the marketing effort that is going underway right now, which is absolutely huge. So, and HEX, things are starting to pop off, kind of following Ethereum right now. If you can see that there's a gigantic, look at this absolute gigantic W on the weekly chart right here, setting things up. You can even say, here's some like TA 101 right here. You can see there's I want to try and satisfy DeFi Bay a little bit and Ripon if they're still here, if they're still paying attention. I want to get, here's some stuff they probably saw already. I don't know, whatever. Here's a little TA. You can see this nice W here. The measured move off this W, by the way, this move from HEX, you would expect now, see price actually, so you got a nice W here, and it broke it out above the W. This is on the weekly chart. This is a pretty massive move, because this is on a weekly scale. Each one of these candles estimates or represents a week of price action. So you can see this is powerful. This is powerful stuff now. It's even back testing now this breakout. See how it's coming down here? Price came down here, and it's holding above and going back for support. And it's confirming this W, this nice big W. So a measured move, you just take it from the high to the low, and you move this up. A measured move now on this W, basically it's trying to confirm it now on the weekly, would take you back to 2 cents. 2.2 cents per HEX. That is a 2x in price, which is really a joke for crypto. But the thing with like Pokemon and stuff like that, everybody loses their goddamn minds when like a booster box goes from $150 to $300. Everybody loses their minds. But in crypto, it's kind of a joke doing a 2x. It's like expected, or it's not even that big of a deal. Like it just happens all the time. And then, but here's the thing: you have that downside volatility. That's the price you pay for the best performing asset class, is volatility. You're gonna get a whole butt ton of downside, but a whole nice butt ton of upside. Because you can see this move right here, down 87%. This is the norm. This is the crypto norm. You have to live with the volatility. Because you can easily see a nice, 10x off the lows, which would bring you to, what's a 10x? A 10x would bring you to like here 1,000% move would bring you to like 10x is actually less than, hold on, where's my, I don't have anything set up properly. Where's my, I want my measured move tool. Oh my god, here it is. Can I favorite this? Oh, there we go. There we go. Stupid. Whatever. So let's go off the lock. You can hit the lock so it locks it in price now. So let's go off of just here, not even down here. Let's just go off like here. The explosion. Right? So a 10x is a 900% move. Right? That'll get you to 4.5 cents. That's just going back to technically the all-time high of PulseChain HEX. That's just getting back to it. That's not even getting on like a major run, so to speak. That's just getting back to it. Right? For HEX. So it's kind of like a 10x in price is kind of like, it's great, but it's also like, if it stops there, that sucks. Like that's your bull market. Get back to technically the launch price of PulseChain HEX. But there is actually more history to this. Because the HEX chart, what is it? HEX chart? Chart.com? Is that what it is? I should not be doing this live. Guessing. Because everyone's eyes are going to be like murdered right now. Because pure white. That changes? Appearance? Background. Oh god, yeah, let's change that. The black at least. Oh, that's terrible. This is terrible. Oh my god, these grids. So look, so now, this is in regular form. I gotta get rid of these grids. I can't do this. This is bothering the hell out of me. Grid. Opacity, is that? Opacity? Did I even say that right? Here. Thank god. Get rid of those grid lines. Jesus Christ. So this is actually the original HEX, okay? Because HEX launched back, December 2019. Okay. Now, if you look at this chart, this is how you look at. This is why I gotta do logarithmic, because you can see like you can't see anything down here, and all of a sudden it just explodes, and then it just dies. And then it's just death. Well, it's kind of been death though. Ethereum HEX, by the way. But when we switch this to logarithmic, this is why it's such a big deal. Look at the difference in the view now between regular and logarithmic. You can actually see everything now. This is why if anybody shows you a chart and it's not in logarithmic, they're absolutely discredit anything they ever say. This is how it's an easy way to see if someone's an absolute pleb or not. If they're showing you charts that are not logarithmic in crypto, just immediately discount everything they've ever said. Okay? If it's not a log chart, they're an idiot. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay. So if you go back to the HEX, what it did originally, you can see that the all-time high is actually on here. What does it say? I believe it hit 55 cents on some stuff. The all-time high is saying 50. If you see over here, if you look right over here, it gives you your high, your low, right, of the daily close of the candle. You see the high comes in at 51 cents. Okay? So the high is actually 51 cents. So technically, I'm not going to get into why there's not more data. This is actually a new HEX, the PulseChain version of HEX. I'm not going to get into how that happened or why. I could say that for another stream. Or whatever. So technically, for HEX to get back to its previous all-time high, okay, you're looking at a move right now from the low. The move is something like 11,000%. That's just to get back to HEX's all-time high. 11,000%. That is a 111x. 111x, guys. This is like, that is That's insane stuff. LTC Buggy Pull says, I have no idea what's going on, but hello anyway, Hex. We're doing, this is crypto-only stream. Crypto-only stream. So, this is what crypto, you know, not financial advice. This is what crypto has done in the past. And what I'm just showing you what it's done. Like, this is like previous data. I gotta pull up like the here, the Ethereum chart. Here's the Ethereum chart. This is ETH, like a blue chip, so to speak, right? This is what it's done before. I'm not even gonna go that far back. Let's go back since 2017. The move on this. Let's take it from even not. Let's say you didn't even buy the low. You bought like this range. Let's say you even bought the top here and you got wrecked for like months. And you didn't hit the low. Okay? The move here, the all-time high, which we're sitting at right now, this is a 26,000% move. This is where life-changing money is it's crypto. Now, I'm not saying past performance will, you know, indicates future performance, right? I highly doubt, highly doubt, like with 99% certainty, a 26,000% move in Ethereum is not coming anytime soon. Anytime soon. So I can tell you that with basically certainty. That's not coming anytime soon. But I'm just showing you what crypto has done, what it still can do. I mean, people are talking about Ethereum just this cycle in the next like year, less than a year. Okay, they're talking about Ethereum going right now. So if you were to buy right now, they're talking about realistically going to like $7,000. Okay, that's almost a 2x from here, and as high as, I mean, people are being absolutely ridiculous. But you can go as high as 20,000. But people are even saying like 60 or some nonsense. That's not happening this cycle. Like in the next year. So 20,000 people are talking about. I don't think it's gonna go that high, but it's still possible. PulseChain says, "Crap, I'm late." No, not. Well, you're kind of late, but that's okay. I like the idea of ridiculous. Yes. Don't show them the Pokemon. No, I'm not going to show all that nonsense. I had a friend who at school used our RT department PCs to mine BTC. Yeah. He sold it all for Steam games. Oh, God. He sold all the... He didn't hold on. Yes, that's one of the hardest things to do is to actually hold. Hold through all that volatility. Holding through all of this. This looks easy. Like, oh, I'll just buy here and I'll just hold. But holding through all of this, okay, is very hard. And it almost like it... impossibly hard. That's why there's only a few different types of people that get insanely rich in crypto. Really only 3. Founders of coins, founders of exchanges, and people that hold. Buy and hold. That's it. Those are only the 3 types of people that really get insanely rich in crypto. That's all you'll... That's it. There's no one else. Like, the traders don't get insanely rich. They get wrecked. Constantly. Just people that buy and hold. So, I'm telling you right now, this is the COVID dip, right? No. Why is it such a big wick? It's so stupid. That's got to be the COVID dip, right? Here it is. So, I'm telling you right now. So, this looks like a little blip. This blip right here. You know, it's like not a big deal, right? I lived this. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, these candles were the most stressful times I had. Some of the most stressful times I had in crypto were... Where the hell is it now? I'm lost. Is it here? Where is it? Going back to COVID. This is the COVID dip. What the hell is it? 2020. March. I'm on Ethereum, right? Yes. Why is it not here? What is going on? What is this nonsense? No, March. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. This chart looks stupid. It just skips. Okay, I'm not losing my mind. Look at this. This is how bad. This is how bad CoinMarketCap is. Look, we got March, and then all of a sudden it's November. How stupid is this? Look at this. March 6, 2020, November 2020. It's just, all the data's gone. I knew something was stupid. Okay, let's not look at a daily chart then. Let's look at the weekly, I guess. This is so stupid. All right, whatever. All right. I vividly remember this happening, and I was losing my mind when this was happening. So this is March COVID dip, and I was buying all the way down, and it was absolute hell, an absolute nightmare. But I was buying it all the way down. I felt like I was in a casino in a slot machine, and I was just throwing money away. Like, you know how like you're just sitting at a slot machine, and like, I'll just do another spin, just forget it. Who cares? This money's gone. I lost this money. I'm just gonna throw it in. Now I'm spiteful. I'm just throwing money at this now. I'm spiteful. I was doing that all the way down. So I was buying Ethereum during this whole COVID. I was buying it at 220. I was buying it at 200. I was like, this sucks. 150. Okay, let's throw some more money into it. 150. And then I gave up. When it was like 120, I'll buy it again. Then I gave up. I was like, this sucks. I'm not doing this anymore. I was just throwing money at it. Because like I was like, this is a great time to buy probably, but I can't stand this. The best buys you ever have in your entire life is when it feels the absolute worst. And the best time to sell a coin is when it also feels the absolute worst. Because you feel like you're going to miss out. So that's a little bit of knowledge. A little bit of, whatever, story time. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this even. I'm just talking. What about predictions on Pokemon cards and sealed products? I mean, you could do that, sure. But the problem is that we're entering bull season for crypto. And nothing beats crypto when it goes on a run. Absolutely nothing. Crypto is insane when it goes on a run. Like, you can't get, even if we're buying like Ethereum right now, I mean, what do you hope? Like, when let's say you buy Destined Rivals at $200 booster box. It would be crazy if it went to $400, right? That's a 2x. That'd be insane, right? Well, you're staring at Ethereum right now, and it looks pretty possible. Just look at this chart. Look at this. Okay? There's a 2x. You don't tell me it can go from here to $7,500? I think kind of a conservative target is like around something like that. Even if you take this looks like an actual cup and handle. This is all like TA stuff, okay? So you're not gonna find you beginners out there are gonna be like, what the hell is he talking about, whatever like that. But DeFi Bay and Ripon would probably appreciate this stuff. So if you look at this actually looks like a nice gigantic cup and handle. If you look at it, here's the cup, and there's your handle, and see it tagged kind of the all-time high. The handle's down there. So the measured move is from this to that, right? Measured move. Let's not do a magnet. So this is what this technical analysis shows what could be possible. A move for Ethereum. There's a measured move. If this actually is a cup and handle, once the price goes above here and back tests, so let's say it does like this, right? Let's say price goes above and then comes back down, right? Or whatever. I don't know. Or this is on a weekly scale. This is definitely not accurate. Here, it'd be something like this. It'd be something quick, right? Or no, let's go. You gotta go like a little higher. God, it's got to go like that. Okay, and then come back down, whatever, and back test it here. Once that happens, that's confirming it, and then you're just like whoop. Okay, so that measured move points. Oh God, give me this back. It points to a price target of $14,000. That's insane to me. I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it's a little crazy, but I mean that's just pointing to it. I don't know. Whatever. Would you say blockchain technology is the most useful for cryptocurrencies, or something different? I'm a little intrigued by that question. I don't understand what that question is. Would you say blockchain technology is most useful for cryptocurrencies? Well, blockchain technology is cryptocurrencies. Like, that's the underlining thing about it. So I'm confused by the question. Maybe you mean something else? I don't know. The amount of currency printed, yes. That's okay. Do you like Dogecoin? Yes, I do. I do like Dogecoin. I think it's a nice meme. I think it's a nice meme coin. And it's here to stay, Doge. When you have the richest man on the earth that constantly shills it, it's clearly here to stay. It's never going away. So it's a nice meme coin, yes. Is it a good time now to get in? I mean, not financial advice, but Ethereum is not at all-time highs yet. It has to go to $4,900, $4,800 to get to all-time highs. So Bitcoin has already had a nice run. Okay, I can't believe I'm using CoinMarketCap right now to chart stuff, but that's what I'm doing apparently. Log. Okay. So look, Bitcoin had a nice, beautiful run already. The previous all-time high in 2021 was about 69,000, right? 65,000. I think it's 69. It was the top. I don't know, whatever. So look at this beautiful cup and handle too going on. Gigantic cup and handle, which is actually that's a confirmation. Funny enough, so this is gigantic cup and handle. This breakout that's the confirmation of the cup and handle, which points to some stupid price target, which I don't think is going to happen this cycle. But it points to it. It points to like, this is ridiculous to me. It points to like a $300,000 Bitcoin, which is, I think, absolutely absurd. Like, going to $300,000 in the next year, I think is absurd. It'll go there one day, 100%. I agree. I think Bitcoin will go to millions of dollars a coin one day. I don't know how many years it'll take to get there, but it'll do it. But I think in the short term, it seems ridiculous to me. But whatever. So yeah, you have, look, so Bitcoin had its nice run, right? But everything else has been absolute suckage with crypto. Everything is absolutely sucked because Ethereum has so massively underperformed. Massively. So there is, right now is rife. Is that the right word? It's rife with opportunity. Is that the right word? Rife? Strife? Whatever. Will you accept crypto for your store? Yes, I already do. I just enabled that actually because I foresee a nice run in crypto, I think, over the next few months. Seasonality, that's what usually happens with the cycles. Usually now we start getting on a little bit of a run, right? So yes, PokeHex.com accepts all crypto. I think through the Coinbase payments. So like Ethereum, USDC, Bitcoin, all of them. What kind of questions we got? Ask questions. Brian says, I appreciate you for this. I got to run. See you on the next stream. Have a blast. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. So to get back on, so now I don't have any questions. So to get back on the predictions on Pokemon and sealed products, I mean, I think that with Destined Rivals, I thought that would be the top of the absolute Pokemon market. That would be the top. And so far, it's looking correct. We'll see with Mega Evolution what would happen. We'll see. We'll see if Mega Evolution absolutely turns it around. Maybe people get bored of it again. I don't know. So far, I think I was right. What's your favorite core coin currently? Says DeFi Ben. My favorite core coin is always going to be HEX. It's my biggest bag. That's going to be my favorite. That's obviously my favorite core coin. Is always HEX. It's always gonna. That's gonna be that's my first love. Is HEX. I.e. the channel name PokeHex. If you're new like us, which coins would you recommend besides HEX? Do we need to diversify or go all in on something? Well, I mean, that's a hard question. I think a little bit of diversity is always probably a smart thing. Diversity, you can diversify in a lot of different ways. You can get a little bit of Bitcoin, you can get some Ethereum, you can get HEX, you can go into the Richard Hart ecosystem, HEX, PulseChain, PulseX. There's so many different types. There's meme coins, Doge, even Binance, BNB. There's so many different stuff you can do. I mean, there's so much different stuff. So a little bit of diversity, sure. Why not have a little meme coin back? It all depends. I mean, what I believe, what I think. Again, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just some pleb on the internet. But what I believe is that I think that, you know, crypto is an asset class, and people should have diversity to all different types of asset classes. They should have real estate. They should have stocks. They should have bonds. They should have precious metals. They should have crypto. And I think they should be allocated, I think 5 to 10% of your net worth should be in all different asset classes. Diversify. Right? That's what I think that's like a safe thing to try and do, so to speak. That's not actually what I do. I mean, I'm really heavy into crypto. Like beyond heavy. So that's not actually what I do. But which probably was a bad play over the last 3 years. It was not the best. It was not the most fun time over the last 3 years, being absolutely insanely heavy into altcoins. But I think should get a little better. Better times are ahead. That's the hope. Ah, God. BTC and ETH are the only blue chip, meaning that they're the least risky. After that, it's almost like a casino. Yes, I would agree with that. I would make the point that, like, Bitcoin, though, is like your blue chip guy. And if you want the least amount of risk, so to speak, that is Bitcoin, pretty much. But that with more risk is, you know, more volatility, so to speak, more upside potential. When you look at something like, Bitcoin, upside potential, I don't know how much more we got with Bitcoin. We could have topped out a few days ago or a week ago. I have a chart that shows that we could have topped out. I don't believe we did, but I have a chart that was pointing to that date, and we hit that day, and it was kind of like, it was this day, actually. It's almost like scary, because I was actually pointing, I did this analysis back 3 years ago, that July 14th could be a potential top day, and look at this candle. It looks a little scary. This wick down like that. This could be top inducing. I hope that doesn't stick. But that's only what gives me confidence, or hope, I guess you could say, hopium, that none of my other metrics or indicators have flashed that that's the top. Only one thing did. So I need a lot more confluence than that. I need a lot more stuff telling me that that's the top. So I think that's not going to be the top. So where can we go? Bitcoin, so to speak, right? Let's just talk about Bitcoin really quick, and then we can talk about like Ethereum, I guess, right? This is the least volatile thing. Where can we go? Can we top out at 130? 150? $175? This is a 44% move still. 200,000? It's all possible. In the next, like, it would be Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly. It'll look better. What I think is possible. Because basically Bitcoin controls the whole crypto market. Pretty much. So look, so December, it would be something like this. This like 150,000, this would be like the move. 30% move December. Or like November. 30%, or maybe go something like this, which just looks absolutely crazy. But it's possible, I guess. 175,000 October, November, December. It'd be like a 50% move. It's possible. 200%. I mean, 200,000, 70% move, whatever like that. I mean, that all plays off of what could Ethereum do? Ethereum could do, if Bitcoin goes to $200,000, then Ethereum, if Bitcoin goes to $200,000, then Ethereum would be like, you're pushing like probably 10K. $10,000 Ethereum. That would be very nice. Very, very nice. Where's the stupid thing? I cannot believe I'm using CoinMarketCap right now. This is like a sin. This is like a sin. Especially because I hate this site. But it's convenient right now. Looks like ETH wants to make a move right now too, right? Or is this the thing just suck? Yeah, it said 3,800 all of a sudden. 3,900. Now it says 38. Whatever. So then you're looking at something like, you just go off the ratios. Like ETH BTC is, what is it at right now? I need my trading chart, man. ETH BTC is at like 0.03, right? What is it at? D5A, what is it at? That's what makes it possible. So maybe ETH BTC goes like 0.05? Are you talking about like a $9,000 Ethereum or some nonsense? And what is that? Let's use it. Is the calculator on screen? It's not on screen. You can't see it. So like 0.05 ETH BTC. That's the ratio between it. And you have like a $200,000 Bitcoin. That gives you $10,000 Ethereum. Yeah. Gives you $10,000 Ethereum. And 0.05 ETH BTC is not. That's like a conservative kind of target. That is not ridiculous at all. BTC is like sealed product, also like buying random slabs. Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's a good comparison. What you want to look for is who's the founder, how big and tight the community is. That's the potential as far as, yes, low market. Yes, exactly. Yeah, well, all the liquidity flows to BTC. Then the Bitcoin whales start trading their $150,000 Bitcoin into Ethereum. It's already happening now. People are trading their what? Trading their $118,000 Bitcoin into ETH. They're doing that now. That's why you're seeing the rotation has started already. That's why you're seeing Ethereum have this move from, oh god, what's the hourly? Oh god. Have this, everything resets every time. Have this move from like $1,500 Ethereum to $3,000 or $4,000 Ethereum, because the rotation, it's a downward like rotation. People have expensive Bitcoin, then it rotates into Ethereum, and then Ethereum rotates into all the altcoins. And that's where the public and the interest starts, the retail starts to come in, is when all the alts start moving. That's why we saw stuff like Gwei, the gas estimates pop off. It's starting to pop off now. Where this used to be so cheap, it was a joke, Ethereum, the last like few months. And now all of a sudden, gas fees are starting to spike because people are starting to come back. It's your literal proof that people are starting to come back now. Is the Ethereum gas estimates are going up. The network activity is picking up. People are starting to come back. It's your literal proof. That's kind of why I think the top isn't in yet, so to speak. If you accept, then BTC will be 1 million overnight. If I accept it, yeah, why not? I think we should probably call it here. I think that's probably it. Figured why not talk about it a little bit. I should probably be more prepared, I guess, and have better charts or whatever. I don't know. Anybody still here? Any other questions in the chat? Bottom line, hex to the moon. Yes. Yes. I've heard that the founder of Hex, Richard Hart, is sitting on a 166,000 ETH bag, $631 million bag that he has shown to rotate and pump his own coins. I'm sorry. The sacrifice address that holds 166,000 Ethereum, that entity has shown that they've transferred that ETH into PulseChain and used it to pump the ecosystem. They've done it before. And now with Ethereum going to potentially all-time highs, this $631 million can turn into multiple billions of dollars. It doesn't take much to get the Richard Hart ecosystem pumping. I think, what is it? $20 million of net buy pressure brings Hex to $1 is the math, which is insane. Which is literally insane. I'm sorry, that's beyond insane. So that would be, bring to $1 is really just crazy to me. $1 is 22,000% move. Oh God, that's nuts. So that's a 2,000x. Every dollar you put in, actually, let's do it from right now. Every dollar you put in right now would be, in that scenario, I'm not saying that's likely to happen at all. I would say something like, 20 cents. That's nice and conservative. 15 cents, 20 cents, that's nice and conservative. Talking about multiple dollars. It's possible. But you're looking at a almost, what is that, 100x? Every dollar you put in is $100. Pretty much. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But whatever. Alright, I think we'll call it at that, right? I don't think we have any other questions or whatever like that. You guys want to just ask me questions about crypto, I'll talk about it. I'll wait like another minute, see if there are any other questions. But I don't think anyone does. Yeah, but looking at like Hex right now. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. Pretty nice. Gonna have looks like a golden cross. I'm just gonna do more. I'm just gonna chart it now myself. You guys can just listen to me chart it. Why not? Who cares? Looking like this moving average is coming down 200. I don't want this. No. This moving average will either stay flat or coming down. This is obviously gaining speed now. Maybe something like... It'll accelerate as time goes on, too. If it stays elevated, the prices. Could have a golden cross. August? Early August? That's pretty crazy. About early August, maybe we'll have a golden cross. The 50 green crosses above the white 200 daily. Maybe we'll have a slight pullback then, but then things will be setting up. How many times has HEX golden cross before? PulseChain HEX. You have a golden cross here. Then a death cross. Another golden cross. I was actually, so one of the things I was looking at before, which is really funny, and it's actually, I have this TA on my other chart, and it's worked really well. This TA. Really well, so far. I'll share this. I haven't shared this with Rippin or DeFi Bay in the chat yet. I just did it myself, and I probably should share it, but I didn't share it. I didn't know if it would come true or not, but it's been really pretty good. I think it was something like when HEX flirts with the 100-day or something like that. I forgot how I got to this analysis. I thought the move down. What day was it? 11th May to 30th of June. So I had this charted. 11th May, and I had it right about here. Yeah, I think when a HEX starts to flirt with the 100-day, so what was it again? And I said minus 48%. And it was something June, 28th June maybe. Right here, 48%, and it did that. I drew this chart of this moving down right about this time. About May, maybe late May. I said, you know what, HEX is probably going to flirt with the 100-day and gets, it was this. That's what it was. Flirt with this. It was this move. I was like, you know what? Last time it had this ridiculous downtrend, like hit a downtrend. And then when HEX tried to touch and go back up, it got rejected by the 100-day, and then it proceeded to move down 48%. So I drew that here. That's that. This move, I drew that here. And it played out pretty much to the T. 48% move, right? What was the actual, what's the time frame? Because now I'm remembering what I did. See this? 51 days. I gotta make this 51 days. Yeah, 48%. Look at this. Insane. But then I saw, once it bottomed, what was this move? This is what could be in store for us in the future. A 746% move, which would equate to, let's delete this and this, which would equate to, look at this, a move to basically all-time highs, so to speak, with PulseChain HEX, about 4 cents. And it'll do it by September. And I've had this exact layout since late May. I drew this. I'm ignoring chat. I don't know if you guys are saying anything. Probably not. There's only like 2 people here. 14 people here. There's nobody here. I don't know if you guys are even listening to this right now. But that's what I think is in store for HEX. Is this. Targeted 4 cents by late September. I'll take that. That'd be nice. Do you potentially stake EHEX? Yes. Really enjoyed previous Previous vids and streams of you, awesome. Thank you, appreciate it. Yeah, I have EHEX, Ethereum Hex. I treated them equally. My EHEX and PHEX, I treated them absolutely equally because I didn't know which one's going to win out or not, or maybe EHEX doesn't die, which I don't think it's going to die. It probably is not going to do as well as PHEX, but it'll still be around. I didn't touch all my stakes. I left them alone, so to speak. So we'll see. All right, I'm gonna end it with that. I guess that's good enough. Little crypto stream. Figured why not? Let's try it out. Let's see what happens. If you guys have any other questions, stuff like that, or want to talk, you can go ahead join the Telegram. There's only one Telegram thing that I got. And that's it. I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the week. I'll see you actually, you Pokemon people, I'll see you guys on Wednesday's stream. Wednesday. We're going to do a bundle break. So I appreciate you guys. Have a great rest of the night. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Bye.